The Oculus Quest 2. The horrible lighting in this room. What more can we ask for? I'm gonna show you what this is good for, and then I'm gonna show you what it's not good for. So, let's start it off. Here we go. It's absolutely great for this kind of stuff, right? I got freedom to move around. I don't know if I got it. Let's see. It didn't show anything. Okay, we'll fix that. It's excellent for this kind of thing.
Put the weapon down!
Woo! I didn't know you could do that. She had a fake-ass gun. She wasn't gonna do shit with that. Okay, I feel bad now. I didn't know you could actually do that. I thought she was a friendly. I guess that lady didn't see that I just shot her.
Stroll?
Yep. We're gonna play some Dirt Rally 2 and kind of show you what kind of performance to expect. Now I can make this game look a lot better, but my 3090 can't handle it. I know that sounds funny. You can see we are dropping some frames occasionally, I think. It's probably because I'm recording. This doesn't happen if I'm not recording, but you can see like when I change directions too, like the image kind of skips around a bit. You might not be able to see that because I have image stabilization on. So let's see what happens if we lower the graphic settings a little bit. We're gonna turn off the thing that matters most, and that is multi-sampling. So now we're well under that line there. We shouldn't have any spikes. Let's see if we still get frame drops.
Caution, don't cut.
So I don't know what it is about this headset,
Unseen,
but I mean it could just be how I have it set up.
Opens into four.
But it just seems like no matter what, it drops frames visually. Okay, so we're gonna do max graphics just to kind of show you what this thing's capable of. Now look at the rocks on the ground over there, right? So now we're gonna bump up the resolution. Okay, we're at 120 hertz. Resolution per eye, 500%. Okay? We're also gonna go to video here, and we have advanced super sample filtering on. I don't think there's a GPU on the market that can handle this. I've never actually tried everything maxed out. I mean, you can see, like, we're not even in game, and we're experiencing huge frame spikes here. Now, I'm leaving this on so you can kind of get an idea of, you know, this is the performance with a 3090, so this thing can definitely pump out the guns. It's gonna be insane. The meter on the bottom there is gonna be maxed out red, I guarantee it. So if I look slowly, I mean, you can see that the quality would be amazing if I could pull this off. Right? Let me see if I can at least get going.
5, 4, 30, 4 left, opens 50.
I can smell my GPU right now. Look at the rock. I can see everything. I can see the pubic hair popping out of my racing suit. Look at the reflections on this dashboard here. You can see the texture of his skin. What the hell's that little thing? Look at that little handbrake thing. The grass almost looks real. Almost. It looks a little bit thicker than it should, but it looks amazing. So, let's see if we can run this game at all in this resolution with the 3090. So I'm gonna set all the graphics to absolute lowest. Hey, at least, I mean, it runs. I see some kind of like weird blur effect. I don't know if it's like software related.
3 left long.
Could be because, you know, the 120 frames per second is experimental.
Right.
You know, maybe they haven't quite mastered it.
Into unseen,
And they're using some kind of weird technique. I'm actually really impressed with the performance of the 3090 in this case.
Into 4 right. Into 4 left.
But this is not about a 3090. This is about the headset. That being said, let's try out Airlink, and I'll show that to you. Okay, so again, this is dependent on your Wi-Fi connection. So if you don't have a good Wi-Fi connection, you're not going to have a good experience with Airlink. I have pretty decent internet out here. I have a booster. When you're racing and you're in the moment, it's really jarring when you get ripped out of that moment, you know, and you see like a black screen and just be like, oh, sorry, your connection failed. Sorry about that. You know, your car's off the cliff now. Sorry about that. You know, sorry. It's too late. Okay, so we're currently in Airlink mode, and everything's set at standard, you know, automatic. And I also have Steam set to 100%. We're still on the lowest graphic settings. We're gonna try it out just to see what it feels like. Yeah, you can definitely notice compression, and I do feel some lag.
80.
Not a ton.
Unseen 4 left.
You know, 30, it's playable.
5 left.
But
bumps, caution,
yeah, you can definitely
left,
see a lot
unseen.
of compression. Now I know you can adjust this stuff in certain menus. I just
right
went out of control right there because it didn't update quick enough for me to know.
Into 5 left. 30.
You can almost see like sort of a rainbow effect on the screen from the compression. It looks like viewing a really low quality 3D video on a pair of Google Cardboard or something. I don't know if that's a thing. I think it's a thing. Google Cardboard. Am I thinking of Labo? Let's see what it looks like with the graphics pumped up so we can kind of get a better representation. Let's go fucking balls to the wall here. We'll just hit Ultra right away. See what happens. It just doesn't look good at all. I can't recommend this Airlink stuff at all. This is like 1980s interpretation of what VR should be. Like, this doesn't look modern at all. This is bad. For like a story game or something like that, I could see this being fine. But for a racing game, like where you need quick reflexes and you need really accurate visuals to be able to respond to things quickly, this is not recommended at all. This looks horrible. Yeah, there might be some settings to make this better, but I mean, it's cool. If this is your first experience in VR, I'm sure it'll still be mind-blowing in a lot of ways,
into
but
3 right of a crest, into 4 left, into 1 right tightens.
Yeah, this looks bad. Really bad. What do you think there, Carl? Okay, here's something I'll say. Wearing headphones with this headset and this head strap, really comfortable. Highly recommended. I could play like this all day. If we can figure out the charging while playing situation, I would recommend this headset all day to everyone. We're going to turn down the graphics, because this is not about the graphics, this is about how the headset feels with motion.
Go. 6 left, opens extra long, caution, slow in turn, 1 right, uphill.
Slow in turn?
Opens, 4 right, very long, tightens 3, extra long, keep
I don't feel like the headset's bouncing out around at all.
Into 3 left, tightens,
like it feels
right,
stable to my face.
Very long, tightens, and 4 right, very long, tightens,
now the
ditch outside.
Image isn't the best because
left,
I don't have the settings right, but...
Slowing, 3 right, and turn, square right, don't cut. Into 6 left long, 130.
But, you know,
5 left
it feels like it's just on my
70,
face and it...
4 right long, opens of a crest.
Yeah, it feels really good. The Rift S...
50.
Would,
short 5 left, open 60.
Just bounce all around with any kind of motion. And I wouldn't be able to see very clearly.
And 6 left, very long, tightens 3 long. 40, 1 right long, don't cut, rocks inside. 30. 4 left of a crest, 50. Short 2 right of a crest, rock outside. 60. Keep left of a small crest.
So besides
into 3 left
the
of a
graphical
dip,
performance
90,
right now,
3 left long,
because I don't have the right settings,
80,
or something's going on,
bumpy crests.
the headset feels amazing on my face. I don't feel like the image is bouncing around or anything. It feels really comfortable. Headphones are awesome.
Jump into 6 right, into late 5 left of a crest, don't cut, and keep right of a jump. 70, slow in 4 right of a crest.
Yeah, this feels really good. So yeah, if you can get your Quest 2 running decent to where it looks good to you, that was awesome. If you got full motion, that was great. I'm very impressed with that. Yeah, the Rift S, this part of the headset just feels like it moves around however it wants. And when you're in VR bouncing around, it just feels horrible. It's fine for like games where you're just looking around, but in games where you have motion like this and you're really high action, this thing moves around quite a bit. My tongue's still swollen. Let's just say this. If I can get a good setting on the Quest 2 for my racing games, like, you know, the rally games I play, I'm selling this. Okay, now let's talk about some things that are bullshit. Like, this jock strap. That's about all it's good for, is holding your junk. This just shouldn't be. I know this is like the baseline product, but it's just not good. Get rid of that. This cable. This is a, what is it? A 2-foot cable? It's like it's like 2 and a little bit longer. What are you going to do with this besides charge your device? You know, they want you to have to buy a longer cable. You know, this doesn't cost them much to package a cable in. It doesn't cost much to produce a cable for a company that mass produces things. For instance, you can get a cable of this quality for probably like $1 or $2 on some websites. You know, it'll have the same performance, but because this is an Oculus cable or a Facebook cable or a Meta cable, that's what makes it so expensive, you know. It's also kind of bullshit that it's USB-C on both sides, which makes it practically useless except in the future. So I guess it's kind of future-proof in some ways, but in the here and now, not everybody has USB-C ports. So that's bullshit. Yeah, so I got an Insignia. It's a 16-foot cable, and it is absolutely still too much money. But because it has this cool 90-degree angle right here, it's worth so much more. I recommend getting some kind of a strap to make it to where you don't have to have this hanging off the port itself. Anything that'll hold that cable and take the pressure off. So let's talk to you about some of the coolest features of this unit. One is the base price is really good. You know, the resolution's awesome for the price, and you know, the facial irritations are great for the price. They actually fixed that by including a sort of rubber gasket that you can put over the foam. And this is actually a lot better. I like the seal. And this head strap, like I said, I think this is an extra $50. And it has the ratcheting function. It feels like a really durable headset. And it's got interpupillary distance. You know, you can actually physically move them. I like it at 2. I guess because my eyes are a little bit wider set, kind of like a fish. Yeah, the mic is good on it. The speakers are actually pretty decent on it. Although, I wish that the speakers came out further. They should have made the speakers come out to where it would be more in line with your ears. But it's really impressive the amount of, like, you can hear like sub-frequencies because the vibrations are coming through the strap, and it kind of vibrates your brain. It's really impressive, actually. And the stereo imaging is great too. Like, you really feel like it's 3-dimensional sound. It's inside-out tracking, so you know the cameras here are what tracks you in physical space. I don't like the color. I wish it was black. I don't really like the white. It just kind of looks tacky. I know it's probably made to look premium, but I think black is just a better color in general. It makes all electronics look better when it's black. You know, it's sleek. This just kind of looks, you know, 5 years from now, this is going to look horrible. It is a little bit front heavy when you're playing. You have to kind of strengthen up the back of your neck. The screen door effect, it's gone. You can still see pixels, of course. My tongue hurts so bad. But they're not like in your face anymore. And you don't have to like move around to kind of see through the pixel grid, you know. You can just stay stationary and things look clear. It's really nice, actually. Some really cool features are hand tracking. So if you don't want to use the controllers at all times, you can actually just clamp your hands together as long as you set it up in the settings. And it'll recognize both of your hands as controllers. And you just pinch to move things and then pinch to click. And then look at your hand and pinch to go to the menu. Really cool. I use it all the time. I shouldn't say all the time. I've only had this headset for like 2 or 3 days, I think. But I use it frequently for how long I've had it. Pass-through, of course, is an awesome feature. Because there's cameras on the unit itself, you can double tap the headset and see everything around you. Like, so if someone's talking to you, bam, you're right there. You're talking to them. You can reach out and touch them and be like, hey, I'm here for you. Really makes navigating around your room a lot easier. Guardian, you set a sort of virtual boundary. And once you get close to it, the grid kind of starts appearing, like it fades in, right? And then once you kind of start backing up, it just disappears entirely. So you know you're in a safe area. But with this headset, it tracks it so well. And it remembers it too. So I can play out here, set up a stationary Guardian, and, you know, then I'll go back into my house, and it remembers where my Guardian was set. Exactly. It also has a new feature. It's experimental, but it has a new feature where you can actually see physical objects in the Guardian. So if you get too close to something, it'll have an outline of the physical object that's in front of you rather than just a virtual wall. I'm sure it's more taxing on the headset, in terms of the performance, but that's a really cool feature, and I really hope they develop that further. The resolution and the refresh rate, it goes up to 120 now. It can literally bring my 3090 to its knees. I can see the future, though. The future is like right in front of me, but I can't achieve it with my 3090 and my 5950X. That sucks. But it's nice to know that that's coming. That's in the future. The link cable is definitely the way to go if you're going to get this for sim racing. I'm racing, doing my thing, testing things out, trying these graphic settings, doing whatever, and then I see a low battery indicator. I'm like, what? I'm plugged in. Yeah, turns out you're going to last about, 3 to 5 hours with it plugged in straight to your PC. So I guess, for endurance racers, nope. For people wanting to do one lap of the Nordschleife, nope. That's really disappointing. I didn't really even think about that. I didn't expect it. I was like, okay, well, the battery life kind of sucks when it's in standalone mode. You're looking at 1 to 2 hours, maybe 3, depending on the game you choose. Well, that's reasonable. Like, I can use it as an opportunity to take a break. Charge it, come back after I've ate a sandwich or something like that. When I want to sim race, I want to be able to plug it in and have it just work for as long as I want it to work. And it really doesn't make any sense to me. The Oculus Rift S works continuously off a USB. Why is that headset able to receive enough power to keep on going indefinitely, and this one can't? I recommend everyone get one of these just to have it. It is a dedicated console by itself. It's so cool to not need any PC, not need any hardware to run VR. This is just it. You don't need to connect it to your phone. Actually, you do for the first initial setup. Oh, man, I forgot about that. For the first initial setup, you have to download the Oculus app on your phone for no reason. It has nothing to do with the operation of this unit. I hate that. I hate it. The no VR, no buy crowd. This should be like the yes phone, no buy crowd. Like if it needs a phone or it needs some kind of extra peripheral to work when it's considered, this is called a standalone device, but you can't use it unless you connect it to a phone. You can't set it up. You can't get past the first screen without another device. That's bull. You're in between phones and you broke your phone and you get a new headset. You have to borrow your neighbor's phone to set up your device, and then they have connection to all the porn you access in this. Like, the field of view is pretty much exactly the same as on the Rift S, so you're not going to see any improvement there. But honestly, for sim racing, this is all the field of view you need, because it kind of replicates having a helmet on. If you have a helmet on, you're going to see part of the helmet no matter what. Like the top, the bottom, the sides, you're going to see part of it. Unless we come up with some super space age helmets that have infinite field of view somehow, I don't know. Or it's just like a glass bowl, like a fish bowl on your head, and you're like, I'm safe. So it does a good job of sort of being good enough. And you really don't even notice it on other games, too, when you get used to it. Obviously, it'd be welcome to have, as much as our human eyes can see. It'd be nice to have that much field of vision, but, it's just not happening for this price point. I mean, the black levels are great. I feel like the black levels are better than the Rift S from my experience. I don't see that sort of weird hazy grayness. It's not like that at all. It's an impressive device. Have a good day. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in a future virtual reality.